Our first reading today comes from the book of Jonah, chapter 3. Then the word of the Lord came to Jonah a second time. Go to the great city of Nineveh and proclaim to it the message I give you. Jonah obeyed the word of the Lord and went to Nineveh. Now Nineveh was a very important city. A visit required 3 days. On the first day, Jonah started into the city. He proclaimed, 40 more days and Nineveh will be overturned. O Lord, have mercy upon us.
Thanks be to God.
Our second reading comes from the book of Matthew, chapter 8. When Jesus had entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him asking for help. Lord, he said, my servant lies at home paralyzed and in terrible suffering. Jesus said to him, I will go and heal him. The centurion replied, Lord, I did not deserve to have you come under my roof, but just say the word, and my servant will be healed. For I myself am a man under authority, with soldiers under me. I tell this one, go, and he goes, and that one, come, and he comes. I say to my servant, do this, and he does it. When Jesus heard this, he was astonished and said to those following him, I tell you the truth, I have not found anyone in Israel with such great faith. I say to you that many will come from the east and the west, and will take their places at the feast with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the subjects of the kingdom will be thrown outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Then Jesus said to the centurion, go, it will be done, just as you believed it would. And his servant was healed that very hour. O Lord, have mercy upon us.
Thanks be to God.
Grace, peace, and mercy to you from our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Our sermon text today continues with that story of Jonah. We heard the past few weeks, it all started with Jonah getting that first call. God calling him, and Jonah hung up. He ran down to the city of Joppa, and he got on the boat and traveled across the sea. And God came calling again with a storm. Jonah hid in his cabin until the storm came and got to the point it wouldn't go anymore, and he told them to throw me over the ship. He gets thrown over the ship, and a large fish or whale comes along and swallows him up. He's in the belly of the fish 3 days. And when he repents, God has the fish throw him up on the shore. And that's where we pick up today. Jonah is now standing on the shore, and he's called a second time. You know what? I've actually learned what this means since I moved here. I learned that you people in Cape Girardeau, some of you don't have answering machines. Does anybody here not have an answering machine? Seriously. Yeah. You know who you are. You're Jonah. I just want to let you know, you're the people, it's the same, okay, the other people here, you're just as guilty. You have this thing called caller ID, right? No. What do you do with caller ID? Well, when you got it, you're like, who is this calling me? I don't know who this is. I'm not going to answer. So you're all Jonah. You are all Jonah so clearly, you don't even realize it. Jonah got this call. He knew it was from God, and he's not answering. That call ID clearly saying, oh, it's a call from God. I'm not taking this one. And if you're like me, when something important is going on and that person's needed, what I've already learned is you keep calling back. You keep dialing that number when you know they're at home because you just drove by and saw the car in the driveway. Maybe they're finishing their dinner. Maybe they're outside and doing yard work. But you keep calling because it's that important. That's what God was doing with Jonah. It was that important. He called a second time. and the third time, and the fourth time. This is the second time Jonah heard God's voice, and it was pretty clear. Then the word of the Lord came to Jonah the second time, saying, "Arise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and call out against it the message I tell you." So Jonah arose and went to Nineveh, according to the word of the Lord. Why in the world would he go back to Jonah? Why in the world would God call him? He was so blatantly disobeying when he was told, but God still went back to him. Now I want you to tell me why. What did God see in Jonah? I want you to pick up your bulletins. And look, there's a word on the front cover. And if you read it the correct way, the right side up, it says saint. Now I want you to take that bulletin and flip it upside down and read the same word. Go ahead and flip it back and forth. Do you see it? It says saint, and at the same time, it says sinner. See, the first time I saw this, I saw it on a guy's shirt. He was wearing it, and he was so proud wearing it, and I was thinking, who do you think you are walking around with a shirt that says you're a saint? Now think about it. If you put it on your chest, everybody else sees this word saint, but when you look down, what do you see? You see sinner. You see, they call that, there's a Latin term for this, it's et peccator justus simulare, which just means simultaneously sinner and saint. See, too often we go in our lives and we just keep looking at ourselves, and sometimes we're so hard on ourselves because we're the ones looking down at it. We're the ones looking down at that word, and all we see is sinner. And all we see is, God, I cannot live to your law. I cannot fulfill what you're calling me to be. And God's looking at us head on.